Hey there, Nicole here. I finally received my Wonderland 222 2025 planners in the mail on Monday. So I've been dying to just get into it and set it up, but I wanted to at least film a flip through so you guys who have either not familiar or haven't gotten your planners yet can kind of see a little bit of what it looks like and what the new covers are. This is my first year with Wonderland, so this will all be kind of like a first look for me since I've never used their planners before. And I also wanted to do a story time, sort of a story time, because I like to talk about my experiences with like ordering the planners and thought processes and things like that, so everyone has a perspective of why I chose certain things and what my experience was with the company. All positive, by the way. So what I have right here actually are two A5 planners. Funny enough, I actually ordered an A5 core, which is this one, and a B6 all-in-one, and you can see that these planners are actually the same size. So I received the A5 all-in-one by mistake. I did contact the company, and I knew they were going to be amazing about it, and I let them know that I did receive the wrong size. I contemplated keeping this one and then of course like paying the difference, but ultimately it was too big. But I at least got to feel it, what the all-in-one is in hand. So let me show you, for any of those who are deciding between two different sizes, you can see this one is a monster compared, I mean, not a monster, it's not that big, but the core, for those who are unfamiliar, is the monthlies, weeklies, and a section for notes pages, versus the all-in-one gives you enough for daily pages, so the whole year's worth of pages if you want it. It's not dated, so it's flexible in terms of how you use it. But I was also contemplating on keeping the A5 all-in-one because I fell in love with the cover color. So this one is the hazelnut. So I would say on the website versus in person, the hazelnut cover is true to color. And the cover is kind of like a PU leather. It's really smooth, like slightly textured, but it's a very thick cardstock and nice and floppy. Same with this one, but this color is called Coastal Pine. So this one is actually, I originally purchased this because I thought it was a really dark Coastal Pine color. That's what it looks like on the website. Just FYI, it is much lighter in person, but not any less beautiful. It is awesome. So I was contemplating on keeping this one just because of the color, but I told them that this was not the B6, so they're gonna send the all-in-one. And after I said that, I'm like, did I want this or did I want the B6? I don't know, but I think this is gonna be too big. B6 is typically my size, but I also wanted to use this Hobonichi cover. So I'm one of those people that's like, I wanted a size that fits the cover that I think is cute. So I have this one, but I think this hazelnut would look really good in it. And because it's the core, it's not heavy, so even though it's an A5, it's going to be easy to carry around. But anyway, I'm digressing. Let's run through the planner. So I'm gonna do a flip through of the A5 before I return this baby. I already started, it's not setting up, but tabbing, not even tabbing, words, Nicole, planning out with the sticky notes, what I want for each section. So maybe we'll run through that later, but for now, I wanted to show you what the pages look like inside for the A5. So I'll do the all-in-one. They're exactly the same, so there's no reason we need to go through both. Just know that you can see with the shadowing here, these are all of the daily pages, the 370-ish pages that you get with the daily versus the little bitty chunk that you get with the core. So let's put this aside and we'll get back to it. So again, beautiful cover page. Love how floppy it is. It says 2025, the brand here, and it, just for your reference, on the back it will always tell you what kind of planner it is. So this is the A5 all-in-one stacked. So there is a stacked versus an unstacked, and we'll kind of go through what that difference is as well. So when you open, you have, as always, the thick cardstock. And then you have a key and a few index pages. Okay. And then you get to the years at a glance. So they give you current year, or I guess this, since this is 2025, it will be the prior year, 2025 through 2027. So I've heard a lot of people say, like, I wish it was just the year at a glance, which I understand, but I can see this being useful, looking at least a year out for folks who have jobs where they have to like schedule PTO 6 months to a year in advance, like in first responders or medical professions, or like planning ahead for like international vacations and things like that. So I can see this being like a good reference page for that, or like annual appointments, right? So that's what this is. You get the 4-year at a glance here. And then you get into your yearly, I don't even know what this is called. I forget. Everyone else knows what it's called except for me. But you have your year at a glance again here. I've also seen people ask, like, what do you use these for? Because the boxes are a little small. It helps that this is an A5, so you can actually write like a full word here. You don't have to abbreviate too much. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to use this for. But anyway, you have the yearly boxes here, and then you have, because this is an A5, a generous grid section below. And as you can see, every page starting from the beginning is numbered. So the numbers don't start from the notes pages in the back, it starts from the very beginning, so you can index everything in the planner. And this is Tomoe River paper, the original Tomogawa, or however you pronounce it. So there's that whole frenzy over the sands and paper issue. This is the old paper, which Wonderland purchased as much stock as they could and utilized it to create 2025 dated planners and notebooks. The only exception is the undated A5s that they currently are selling. For the pre-order are Sansin. So that is the one difference, just FYI, if you were looking into the undated versus the dated, the paper is different. All right, and then you get into your quarterlies. From what I saw on videos, there are minor changes here in terms of the separation of the notes pages. Now it's open, so I feel like they went with a little bit more of a Bujo style flexibility, so you guys could use it however you want to. But there is a slightly darker line to divide into the 3 months if you want to. But you have your quarterly set up here where every other month is shaded so you can see the difference. And then the other difference between the prior years is that the months are notated on the left hand side, very small. I think before it was much larger and obtrusive, so I really like the minimalistic approach for 2025. So you get through December. And then you have a page of notes before you get into your trackers. So notice that the trackers start at December 2024. So this planner, with the exception of the beginning pages that I showed you, start in January, and from the trackers onward, it gives you the setup for December of this year. So you have all of your trackers, so we don't need to go through it all. It shades the weekends for you here as well. And then again, generous grid section on the right-hand side. And then you have another note section before you get to December overview. And you have, you know, the sections here, 4 boxes here. So you have the overview of the month that passed, and then you go directly into the monthly view itself. So after those beginning pages and the trackers, when you get to the actual overview and the month, these are all bundled. So I know that people are really passionate about having either bundled pages or the months separated from the weeklies or the dailies. So just know that these are together. So you have your monthlies here. You can see that you have 2 lines on each day that are shaded. So some people like that, some people don't. I don't really have an opinion on that. I'm more of a functional planner, so and I have bad eyesight, so for me this is great. Big numbers shaded, I know exactly where to write my stuff down. A lot of people also compare this to sterling ink, and to be honest, it's hard to compare even if the layouts are similar, because the style is just so different. Because I feel like sterling ink is more like trendy and like elegant, and the fonts are tiny and I can't read it, and so, but it's like so pretty, right? The and her art is beautiful, and so I feel like that's a different style. Wonderland just kind of screams like modern and functional to me, so I think it's a lot of a style preference as well, and what you need in the beginning pages. Like for example, Wonderland has these trackers, but Sterling Ink has the goal setting pages, which Wonderland does not have. So it's really what you need, and then a little bit of what your personal style is, and for me this works. So again, you have your monthly, and then you go directly into the weeks. So this is what I meant when I say that this is the stacked layout versus the unstacked. Stacked means that you have the weekends stacked on one another, versus the unstacked would be like what you would see in your Hobonichi Cousins, where it goes Monday through Sunday and you have a dedicated column for those. So it really depends for those who have like weekend shifts and things like that, where they need to notate their schedule on the weekends, and they typically go for the stacked. People who go for the unstacked is when they don't need to write a lot or plan a lot on the weekends, or they need wider columns. And for me, I appreciate the really wide columns, because when I tried using a weekly or like a vertical schedule with really narrow boxes, I end up just not using it because I can't write a lot. So I appreciate the stacked option, and I believe from last year they also expanded the use of the margins and simplified a lot of the text on the outside, so you get this really clean view. So this is perfect, and you can see it starts from actually November 25th for this setup, since this is technically Sunday is the 1st of December. Okay, so you get through all of the weeks, and it tells you what month you're on as well as what week you're on here. So those who track the week numbers, they're here for your reference. And then a little bit different, if you remember before it had a notes pages and then the monthly overview. Now you have the previous month review, so it's December review and January overview. So the layout is mirrored. So, you know, this again is my first time using a layout like this, so I'm not sure what all I would use it for, but people like to kind of summarize how their month went, excuse me, maybe break it up by week, have like things that they watched, things that they read, and then for the overview, it's basically like what's upcoming, you know, what you're looking forward to, what dates we need to remember, you know, brain dump, whatever you want. That is, or those are just some examples of the overview versus a review page. So you have this for each month. So you can see once we go to January, it goes again directly into the month, and then the weeklies. So that is the pattern throughout the entire planner, is the month and the weeks. And then once you get to the end, let's see, I'm at November, December. So for 2025, it gives you the first half of January here, because New Year's for 2026 is on a Thursday. And then you have your December review and the start of your notes pages. So for the all-in-one, the notes pages go from page 201. You can see, let me see, 201 through 576. So I like to show you this. So this is the planner portion of the all-in-one, and this is the notes pages. Okay, so that is the layout. It's really pretty. So I will be returning this guy for my B6, and I think if I end up using the B6, it might be for work, but this will be my main or catch-all. So I think unless anything changes, and we know it always can change, this is going to be my stack. So it's going to be this planner and this cover, my health and wellness tracker here, and then I also got and this is a Kinbor A6, and then I have this that I will be using again for next year. This is this year's version of the Paper Test Designs Pocket Daily. So I think this is a really cute combination, so I'm going for blacks and browns for next year. So I'm digging this combo. The other thing I wanted to talk about was just how my shopping and ordering experience was. Again, I mentioned it was all super, super positive. So originally I did order a B6, I believe, unstacked. A B6 all-in-one unstacked. And then I watched a bunch of videos and I was like, no, I think I'm going to try an A5 because I want more room. But I didn't want the all-in-one like this one because it was too chunky. And so I switched my order. I emailed them and they were like, yeah, no problem. They sent me the difference in the invoice. And then I was like, I don't know if I want a B6 or an A5. So again, I'm like going back and forth. I'm so annoying. And I ended up just getting two sizes, the B6, which is coming, and then the A5, because I was like, let me just order both, and then I will destash whichever one that I end up not choosing. And they emailed back immediately. And they're like, no problem, we want to make sure that you're happy with the decision that you make, because this planner is going to be for, you know, the whole next year, and that's important. I was like, that was so sweet. So they updated that for me, and then that was all amazing. And then close to, I think they were starting to ship the pre-orders, and then they noticed that there was an issue with the clear covers, because I ordered a clear cover for both, but those sizes that I ordered were impacted in the ones that were not a fit. So they were going to, for the ones that they haven't sent out, they were going to just not send it out, and once they get the clear covers that fit, resend it. But I figured since I wasn't sure which one, they also gave you the option to cancel. So that's what I did. They got on it right away. So this, again, just attributes to the amazing customer service. They're also, if you're interested in Wonderland 222 and not too familiar, you should also join their Facebook group. The members are extremely kind, answered all of my questions that I was curious about in terms of their planner selections, what they do with their layouts. And the owners are also very active in there, giving updates, responding to customers. They are extremely kind about everything. So I just wanted to note that. And so that's my experience with ordering. No issues with canceling orders, no issues with changing orders, no issues with just getting a timely response. They even like sent an automated email saying like, oh, there's high volume right now where we might not get to you right away, but they still got back to me within like a few hours. So I'm just like really impressed, considering they're insanely busy right now shipping out all the remaining pre-orders in stock. So they have their main shipment coming. So I got lucky that these were shipped in the first batch. And I ordered kind of late because I think they opened their pre-order in June. And I discovered them late, and I didn't order until the beginning of September. So I was really excited to get that shipment notification, and I'm happy actually that this was like a happy accident that I got the A5 all-in-one, because then I can like confirm whether I really wanted this or not. So what I will do is put this back in the box, and then when the B6 comes in, I can compare the A5 and the B6 and then see what do you want to use for what. And I think I want to use the other one for work. But anyway, all that is to say, amazing experience with Wonderland 222. They are a small but growing company, but they are doing awesome work, and I'm excited to try out this planner for 2025. Okay. Now I want to run through what I think I want to use this for if it ends up being my main planner. So if you remember, I had these little sticky notes here. So let's see. So I don't think I have anything for these beginning pages yet. So I don't know what I'm using this for. And okay, and then for the quarterly pages, I am thinking that I'm going to use this for any travel plans, my days off, my husband's days off, and he is a firefighter, so I will be putting in his work shifts in here. His schedule is 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 5 days off, so it's, you know, it's hard to keep track of. So once he gets his New Year's schedule to me, I'm going to plug those in here and then keep track of our time off and our travel, just so we can coordinate stuff together. So that's a plan for these quarterlies. And then trackers are going to be, you know, all the stuff that I would want to track in terms of like chores and habits and stuff. I haven't figured out what exactly, and I need to make sure that what I track monthly is going to fit what is available here. So that's that. For the monthlies is going to be your standard, you know, events and appointments, and potentially expenses or bills if they end up fitting, or I'll just track those somewhere else. I have them digitally right now, so it's not a huge deal. And I think I said I'm still working out how to track, where'd it go? There we go, the review and overview. But I think it's going to be something like highlights of the week, or like a quick summary of the week, 1 through 4. And I don't know what to do with like weeks that have 5 weeks. I'm not sure what folks do, but I do see a lot of people doing the weekly breakdown here. And then I want to do books read, media watched, and this box down here is going to be my online order tracking. So this section is just going to be like a quick view to check off, you know, when things get shipped and delivered, and then as a review I can see how much I spent or overspent this month. For the overview is probably going to be, again, a combination of like books and media. So it will be new book releases. It will be what books that are chosen for the book club this month, for book of the month and Aardvark subscription boxes, which I'm a part of, what I ended up selecting for those books, so that's going to go here. And then media releases, so what shows or movies are coming out that I want to watch, is going to be here as well. So those will be like just a mirror of books and media for this top section. This is probably going to be some sort of brain dump or deco, and then these 4 sections are going to be like priorities, things to remember, important dates, some combination of that, and then potentially like the colors that I'm going to use for the month. So it will be like a little color coding system in one of those boxes. So I think I want to do that as well. And for the weeklies, it's going to be mostly for forward planning. So I plan to, at the start of the week, highlight out my work schedule. And even though like it's a standard quote unquote 9 to 5, I'm in sales, so I don't really work straight 9 to 5. There's a lot of before and after hours stuff as well, but I want to log when I have my meetings, so I know like which days am I working late, or which days do I have to wake up early, which days am I able to sneak a workout during lunch, or when I have to do it after work. I'm not a morning workout person, so that is never the case. So things like that to help me figure out what my workout schedule needs to be. That's number 1. And then I think I want to do a weather forecast up here as well, and then notate things like trash day, again with Blake's firefighter shift, and down here would be like what did I plan to do? Meals, that's what it was. So I think I'm gonna have these 2 boxes as just like a note section, and then for these 3 boxes are going to be meal planning. So 1 box is going to be Nicole's meals, 1 box is going to be Blake's meals, and 1 box is going to be meals that we can have together. So that helps me understand how much you need to shop for the week. So I don't need to make paper grocery lists. I just add things to my online app or Instacart to do that. So, but I can reference these meal plans here to do that grocery shopping. So that's all I need. So I think this should work out for what I'm planning to use it for. And I don't need like dailies, because again, this pocket is going to be my daily. So I have my week at a glance here for planning, and then I will have these daily pages for actual records of what I did and to-do lists. So that, I think this would be a good companion. And then I can also leave this at home because that pocket planner will be on the go. And the nice thing is it has all of the same tracker pages and quarterly pages. So I'm never missing a beat if I need to go somewhere. So you can see, right, it has the quarterly. And it has the monthly tracker. So that is super convenient. And then I'll have this for pre-planning. And then we'll go all the way to the back. So we end on, again, December weekly pages, the December review, and then here are all the blank pages. And this is still like a work in progress, but I'm thinking something like a self-care log. So it'll be like all things included are like massage, facials, mani-pedis, and all those things. So that will be my little self-care log. And then I will do travel planning and packing lists. So I will, I sectioned off a number of pages for that. And then I have my house projects page. So just like a running list. So I have I just called it my little honey-do list. And then I have a section, I believe I have 12 pages, no 13, because I want to start in December. I know a lot of folks are starting in January, but I'm choosing to start in December because I don't have this kind of setup right now, and I want to start as soon as I can, because why not? It's here. These 13 pages are going to be bookish things, so I think I want to do like a calendar to show new releases for books. And then I want to have a section for book clubs I'm interested in participating in, and that's all dependent on what book they select. So I'm going to log that here as well. And then I'll track the book of the month books that I choose and the release dates and things like that. So all of that is going to be laid out on one page per month. And then I will do a similar thing for my media log. So it will be, you know, again, 1 through 30 or 31, what movies or TV shows are coming out. And I want to get stickers to show like whether it's Netflix or something released in cinema or Amazon Prime Video. So I'm gonna notate that. So I think that'll be fun. And then of course have a log of what I actually watched. So 13 pages for those as well. And just some gift ideas. And since this covers December 2024 and 2025, I have, I'm gonna do both, so that's nice. And then I have a few pages for event planning, so like parties I'm hosting and things like that. So it'll show like what I need to buy or plan for. Speaking of planning, hopefully we are able to start a family next year, and so if we are, I just have a few pages to do that initial planning and capture notes and things. So I really don't know what yet since I've never had a kid before, but hopefully this can be the case for next year. And you can't forget 2026 planner season, so you know we gotta make our little notes and drawings and mind maps for what we want our stack to be next year. Your brain dump. And then the rest of these are just going to be miscellaneous or for really busy days. And then I have a last page for pen testing and marker testing. So yeah, that concludes what I think I will use my Wonderland 222 A5 core stacked planner for. This hazelnut is so pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy planning. Bye.